With the upcoming shows Love and Death starring Elizabeth Olsen on HBO Max and Candy starring Jessica Biel on Hulu, people have become greatly intrigued by the case of Candy Montgomery. There's little to hardly any info about her other than the crime, how it came to be, and the verdict, which goes as follows. Born Candy Wheeler, Candy Montgomery spent the majority of her childhood and teen life moving from place to place because her dad was a member of the United States Army. She was described as a very sociable but rebellious type of person with an eye for the boys. That was until she met Pat Montgomery. When she got with him, Candy settled into a more subtle lifestyle, and before you know it, the two were married and living in Wylie, Texas. From there, Candy Montgomery would become known to the community, from organizations to church. It was through church where she met Betty and Alan Gore. The two families became friends with each other, especially when it comes to their children. But all of that changed in the summer of 1978 when Candy Montgomery and Alan Gore bumped into each other at the church volleyball court. This encounter kick-started weeks of flirting until finally the two of them agreed to have an affair. Meeting up regularly at the Como Motel in Richardson, Texas, Candy and Alan would have sex, and they agreed if feelings ever developed between them, they would end it. While all this was happening, Betty Gore and Pat Montgomery were oblivious to it all. However, the affair would eventually end due to two reasons. One, Betty Gore gave birth to the pair's second child, and two, Candy broke the rules of the affair by telling Alan that she was falling in love with him. After he broke off the affair, he and Betty sought counseling to work on their marriage. Things started looking up for the Gores until that tragic day of June 13, 1980. Alan was on a business trip when he tried calling Betty multiple times, to which he got no answer. He then called neighbors to check on her, and it was there that they discovered Betty's body. She had been brutally killed with an axe, and according to the autopsy, she had 41 wounds. Police questioned many, including Candy Montgomery, who at first said the last time she saw Betty was that morning when she came over to pick up a swimsuit for their daughter, who was staying over at the time, and everything was great. But all of that changed when a few days later, Alan Gore told police about he and Candy's affair. So when they questioned her again, refusing to take a polygraph test, she was arrested and charged with murder on June 27, 1980. Candy Montgomery stood trial in October of that same year, where for the next 8 days, her defense and a psychiatrist claimed Betty Gore confronted Candy about the affair, attacked her with an axe, and somewhere during the attack triggered a childhood traumatic event which made Candy go ballistic. And it seems like it worked. Because on October 29, 1980, after a few hours of deliberation, the jury found Candy Montgomery not guilty. After the trial, Candy and her family immediately moved away to Georgia, and nothing's been heard of them since. Now, while usually I'm just a channel that pretty much tells a story without adding personal opinions to it, but if you was to ask me what I really thought about this case when it comes to Candy Montgomery, I would tell you straight up, she got away with cold-blooded murder. Now, I know that's an opinion that some will agree and someone will not agree with it, but it is my opinion. And from the way I see everything and how it basically plays out, I don't see how the jury could look at this whole entire thing and come with a not guilty verdict. But it is what it is. It's sad, but it is what it is. I'm Psycho Rick saying until next time, Thanks for watching.